What's up, KFG crew and KFG Kings? It's your boy, bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go my WWE Raw review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I go live on YouTube or premiere a brand new video. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Now, Monday Night Raw was a 6.5 out of 10, and that's all I got to say from here. It was just a 6.5 out of 10. The show kicks off with Then, Now, Forever. The WWE video leads us into the show. A video kicks off the show that highlights Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai wreaking havoc on the show last week. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair battled Io Sky, but it ended in a no contest when Dakota Kai and Bayley began brawling in the ring with Asuka and Bayley. All right, it says we go live into the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, Bobby Lashley will defend the United States Championship against Ciampa. Ciampa won a triple threat match and defeated AJ Styles last week on Raw to earn the opportunity. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament will also begin. Tamina and Dana Brooke will battle Dakota Kai and Io Sky in a tournament. Tamina and Dana Brooke, I don't even like that team. All right, but anyway, like I said earlier, man. Like I stated earlier, I don't like that team. That's all I gotta say. I just do not like that team. It says Bayley makes her way to the ring alongside Dakota Kai and Io Sky. The crowd boos as Bayley shuts Ding Dong. Bayley says she hasn't been here in forever, and this is the reaction she gets. Bayley says they don't want to be here either, but they know the crowd needs them. They pay to see what they do next to try to salvage this inspired division. Dakota Kai says the role model has to crash SummerSlam to shake everyone up. Bayley says they can't honestly say they enjoy Becky Lynch playing dress up every week. They also can't say they actually enjoy cheering for that champion Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair will be nothing without Bayley. That's why they need to make a statement last week. They took care of Becky Lynch's dumb little shoulder. They lit a fire in the women's locker room. This is for them. They're bringing back what is missing. Io Sky says the hunger. Bayley says they're bringing back the hunger to a division that's starving for more. They've been lost without her. They didn't know how to ask for more. Bayley has learned if that you can't find the answer you're looking for, then you ask better questions. Bayley has a question for the idiots. How is she the only one to realize what a lethal weapon Io Sky is? How is she the only one that realized the benefit of bringing in someone like Dakota Kai? She catches herself and says, Dakota Kai, they need to shut up so she can think. They've been brawling. Bayley shuts at the crowd. They loudly boo her. Dakota Kai calms her down. Dakota Kai says they're going to prove themselves when they enter the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament and win. Alexa Bliss music cuts her off. She's soon joined by Asuka. They stand on the stage, and Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair also joined them. They make their way down to the ramp to ring. They get in the ring and stare at Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Bliss says they shouldn't get ahead of themselves. A loud EST chant picks up. Bliss says she's giving them a ding-dong head up. If they win their match tonight, they'll have to face Alexa Bliss and Asuka. This is giving them more incentive to beat the universe out of them and win the titles. Bailey said, I'm sorry, Bianca Belair says she's not finished with Io Sky yet. She's hungry to get in the ring and finish with her. If they're playing the numbers game, the three of them have no problem dealing with these three. Bailey says she knew they'd get all worked up, but they called the shots and they do a 3-on-3 where it counts. Not here in Cleveland. Bailey's challenged them to a match at Clash at the Castle. Bianca Belair says challenge accepted. All right, while Bailey is trying to keep control, Bianca Belair is going to lose it. Bianca Belair attacks Bailey when they all begin brawling. Bianca Belair knocks Bailey into the crowd and brawls with her. The other four brawl at ringside. The crowd is loving this. WWE referees run down to help. They all begin brawling in the crowd. Alexa Bliss jumps off the barricade into them all, and the crowd roars for this. WWE producers run down to help. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka will battle Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky at Clash of the Champion. At Clash at the Champion. Clash at the Castle. I keep saying that. My fault for botching that. Clash at the Castle. I got it right this time. All right. The brawl was good. I ain't gonna lie. The brawl was good. All right. So take my money to see Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky versus Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Alexa Bliss at Clash at the Castle. Take my money to see that. So we go to commercial break. Burn it down. Seth freaking Rollins makes his way to the ring. Replays are showing of him defeating Montez Ford last week in a competitive matchup. Seth Rollins was going to stump Ford after the match, but Angelo Dawkins scared him off. Seth freaking Rollins versus Angelo Dawkins, accompanied by Montez Ford. Now I must say this match was good. The bell rings and they lock up. Rollins quickly hooks a side headlock. Dawkins goes to whip him off, but Seth Rollins twists it out and kicks him in the midsection. Seth Rollins quickly goes for a stunt, but Dawkins avoids it. Dawkins applies a side headlock, but Rollins whips him off. Seth Rollins drops down before doing a leapfrog. Dawkins cartwheels around him and hits a dropkick. Dawkins covers for a no count. Seth Rollins sends Dawkins into the ropes, but Dawkins leapfrogs him and hits a leaping back elbow. Seth Rollins gets out of the ring and slaps the commentary table in frustration. Montez Ford mocks him for a distraction. That part was funny when Montez Ford was mocking Seth Rollins. But anyway, Dawkins then absolutely annihilates Rollins with a shoulder block that sends him flying over the commentary table. All right, commercial break. We come back from the break to see Dawkins fight up from an armbar. Dawkins forearms Rollins back in charge, but Seth Rollins hits a flatliner into the turnbuckles. Ford gives him some encouragement, so Seth Rollins kicks him from the ring. Ford is infuriated and grabs a steel chair from under the ring. Ford gets in the ring, but the referee stops him and takes the chair away. The referee has no choice but to eject him from ringside. Seth Rollins claps at his plan coming together. Dawkins gets to his feet and clotheslines Rollins out of the ring. Dawkins hits the ropes and flattens Rollins with a moonsault. Moonsault senton. Dawkins gets Rollins in the ring and hits an exploder suplex. Dawkins hits a spinning avalanche into the corner, followed by a high kick. Dawkins connects with a silencer for a near fall. Dawkins scoops Rollins up, but Seth Rollins slides off. It just slides off, and Rollins helps him for a 2 count. Seth Rollins sets up for a neck breaker before forearming him in the back of the neck. Seth Rollins goes for a stomp, but Dawkins avoids it. Dawkins rolls him up for rolls him up, but Seth Rollins rolls through and goes for another stomp. Dawkins avoids it and hits a sky high powerbomb for a near fall. Seth Rollins rolls out of the ring in a heap. Dawkins out of the ring and charges, but Seth Rollins sidesteps him and sends him into the ring steps. As Dawkins gets in, Seth Rollins goes for an stomp, but Dawkins avoids it and goes for a sky high. But Seth Rollins gets out. Rollins hits an armbreaker and follows up with the pedigree for the win. The winner of the match, Seth Rollins. This was a good match. After getting his feet after the pin, Rollins and his dogs with a stomp. Montez Ford angrily runs down to the ring. Rollins quickly gets away. Alright, a video package Edge returning to Monday Night Raw last week and said that he would end Judgment Day. Later that night, Edge saves the Mysterios from a beatdown by Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley then shoves Dominic Mysterio into Edge Spears path. So Ray and Dominic Mysterio are getting pumped up backstage. Edge walks up to them and looks sullen. Edge knows things went sideways last week, but he has their backs against Judgment Day. Rey Mysterio says he knows he does. Edge says he can see the look in Dominic's eyes. He really was an accident. Edge asks if they cool, and Dominic says they are. Dominic then shoves Edge. His father holds him back and says he knows Edge for 20 years. Dominic can't believe his father is taking Edge's side over his. Dominic walks off. Ray says he'll talk to his son. I believe this is going to be a heel turn for Dominic to join Judgment Day, but we never know. But I would love to see Dominic join Judgment Day, or you can send Dominic down to NXT. That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's go to a commercial break. Kevin Patrick is backstage with the Miz and Ciampa. Ciampa will challenge Bobby Lashley for United States Championship later tonight. Patrick asks if Ciampa feels like tonight is his night. The Miz says Ciampa's performance was phenomenal. There's nothing phenomenal about a guy who sides with a Hollywood hack. That guy. AJ Styles cost him his match at SummerSlam. Ciampa says he's dedicating this match to Harley Race, who turned him into the man he is. Race passed away a little over 3 years ago. A Harley Race robe is hanging in the background, with Harley Race looking down on him in the midst by his side. Bobby Lashley will feel his Scarface surface and realize that he's already lost. So we get Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens. This match I did not really care. The bell rings and Kevin Owens ambushes Ezekiel. Kevin Owens viciously stomps him down in the corner and knocks him out of the ring. Kevin Owens sends him into the ring post before diving him into the commentary table twice. Kevin Owens then hits Ezekiel with an apron powerbomb. The referee calls for the match and calls for help. Ezekiel is helpless at ringside. Okay. The referee and EMTs run down to ringside and puts Ezekiel in a neck brace. So Ezekiel was injured. But anyway, commercial break. Replays are showing of Kevin Owens destroying Ezekiel with an apron powerbomb. EMT took him away on a stretcher during the commercial break. Finn Balor makes his way to the ring alongside Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley is not there at the moment. The crowd loudly boos them. Finn Balor says Edge thinks they should fear him. Edge and the Mysterios can't get on the same page. Little Dominic Mysterio has already abandoned both of them. The Judgment Day isn't afraid of anyone. Fear isn't real. Fear is a product of your imagination. Finn Balor says danger is very real. Rey Mysterio will find out tonight that Finn Balor is dangerous. It's danger. Damian Priest wants to be clear with Edge. If he wanted to tonight, he'll lay him out in 2 weeks. There in Toronto, Edge hasn't wrestled on Monday Night Raw in Toronto in 12 years. Damian Priest challenged Edge to a match on that show. The Rated R Superstar versus The Punisher, the punishment of the Judgment Day. If Edge still has a set that can end this, Edge may have scaled the Judgment Day, but in Toronto, in front of his family and whatever friends he has left, the Judgment Day will end him. Mysterio is walking backstage. Edge asks if he's heard from Dominic, but Ray says he hasn't. Edge says his offer still stands, especially after David Priest just called him out. Ray Mysterio says he knows his son. He'll do the right thing and come out there. Having Edge there will only make things worse. Edge wishes him luck. Rey Mysterio will battle Finn Balor next. Commercial break. Rey Mysterio makes his entrance. He looks up the ramp waiting for Dominic to come out, but he doesn't. So Finn Balor accompanied by Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio. I must say this match was, I'm saying it was fine for what it was. This was fine for what it was. The bell rings, and Finn Balor needs him before punching him in the corner. Finn Balor punches Mysterio in the midsection and bounces him in the corner. Finn Balor chops the chest and angrily looks at the crowd. Mysterio reverses a whip to the corner and bounces Finn Balor off the turnbuckle. Mysterio reverses a whip to the opposite corner, but Mysterio elbows him back and hits his head scissors takeover that sends him out of the ring. Mysterio hits a baseball slide and leaps off the apron with a seated senton on the floor. Mysterio kicks Balor in the hamstring and puts him in the ring. Mysterio goes to the top rope and hits another seated senton. Mysterio charges, so Finn Balor goes to drop him on the apron. Mysterio counters into a head scissors into the turnbuckles. Mysterio signals to the crowd, but Finn Balor reverses a whip. Mysterio goes for a springboard cross body block. Finn Balor ducks it. Mysterio crashes and burns. Finn Balor kicks Mysterio in the ribs and stomps him a few times. Finn Balor sneers at the crowd and Damian Priest claps for him. Mysterio gets up on the apron and so Finn Balor grabs him and forearms him in the back. Finn Balor hits the ropes, but Mysterio shoulder him in the midsection and hits a sunset flip for a 2 count. Finn Balor quickly comes back and hits a dagger, following elbow drop for a 2 count. Finn Balor starts up the Eddie Guerrero Three Amigos. The crowd boos before the third amigo is hit. Finn Balor great rates Mysterio, then hits him with the vertical suplex. The third amigo was never done. Mysterio punches away at him, but Finn Balor versus a whip. Mysterio kicks him in the face and clotheslines him. Finn Balor quickly kicks him in the midsection and goes for a sunset flip, but Mysterio rolls through and drop kicks him in the head for a near fall. Finn Balor rolls to the corner and pulls himself on the ropes. Mysterio shoulders him in the midsection and does a 10 punches. Finn Balor counters out and puts him in the electric chair position. Mysterio counters into a wheelbarrow bulldog for another near fall. Mysterio shakes his head in disbelief. Mysterio dropkicks Finn Balor into the ropes and goes for a 619. Damian Priest shoves Finn Balor out of the way and takes the move. Finn Balor gets Mysterio on the apron to shove him into the ring post. Commercial break. We come back from the break to see Balor attempted to a superplex. Mysterio punches out of it and has been Balor lopping on the ropes. Mysterio goes for a sunset flip powerbomb, but Mysterio holds on. Mysterio instead sweeps the feet. Mysterio hits an arm drag that sends Balor out of the ring. Mysterio then slides out of the ring and hits a sunset flip powerbomb onto the barricade. Damien Priest distracts Mysterio at ringside. Then Balor pulls himself into the ring. Mysterio kicks Balor back and and he knocks the referee. Damien Priest used this distraction to sweep Mysterio's feet. Edge meets the kids and he runs down to ringside to a huge pop. Edge and Damien Priest brawls into the crowd. In the ring, Balor pulls Mysterio to his feet. Mysterio kicks him and hits Code Red for a near fall. They trade punches in the center of the ring. Mysterio connects with an integrated that knocks Finn Balor to the position. Finn Balor, I'm sorry, Mysterio is sets up for a 619, but Finn Balor counters with a clothesline. Finn Balor connects with a shotgun dropkick into the corner. Finn Balor goes to the top rope for the coup de grace, but Mysterio avoids it. Mysterio hits a drop toe hold into the ropes. All of a sudden, Mysterio notices Rhea Ripley on the stage with Dominic on his shoulders. She drops Dominic on the stage. Dominic's face is it's all scuffed up. Finn Balor hits the 1916 and Crush Ray with the coup de grace for the win. The winner of the match, Finn Balor. This match was fine for what it was. All right. The commentators talk about the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament. They focus on Nakia Lyons and Zoe Starks being wild cards. All right, Sarah Screever is backstage with the WWE 24/7 champion Dana Brooke and Tamina Brooke. And Tamina Dana Brooke says she wants to become a double champion. Tamina is her biggest challenge. Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky walk up. Bailey says they don't want her title. They want a title that suits them. Tamina says she held this title before and can take them all out before it even gets started. Dakota Kai says she'll see them out there. Io Sky says she doesn't like Tamina. All right, so we get the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament first round match. So we get Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus Bailey and 24/7 champion Dana Brooke and Tamina. This match was terrible. Dakota Kai starts against Brooke. They lock up and Brooke applies a race lock. Kai reverses it so Dana Brooke hooks a side headlock. Dakota Kai whips her off, but Dana Brooke hits a hip toss and kicked her in the head for a 1 count. Dana Brooke applies a front face lock before they clock heads. Tamina tags in and Dakota Kai looks at Little Warrior. Tamina knocks Dakota Kai back and rocks her with some uppercuts. Tamina knocks Io Sky off the apron. Tamina hits Dakota Kai with a vertical suplex. Dakota Kai rolls out of the ring, and Dakota Kai catches on her, checks on her. Dana Brooke goes to the top rope and wipes them out with a diamond cross body block to the floor. Bailey shouts at Dana Brooke as we go to commercial break. We come back from commercial from the break to see Dakota Kai applying a surfboard stretch during the break. Dakota Kai sent Dana Brooke onto the LED barricade. Um, back to live action. Dakota Kai takes Dana Brooke down for a two count. Sky tags in. They send Dana Brooke into the ropes. Dakota Kai Big Boots, Dana Brooke, and Sky hits a flatliner. Dakota Kai hits a nasty axe kick, and Sky drop kick her. Sky covers for a 2 count. Sky puts Dana Brooke in the corner and hits a diving shoulder to the midsection. Sky digs her boots into Dana Brooke and hits a slingshot double knee. Sky covers for a 2 count. Dakota Kai tags back in and applies a chin lock. Dana Brooke tries to fight back, but Dakota Kai slams her down for a 2 count. A Bailey suck chant picks up. Dana Brooke pushes Dakota Kai into the ropes. Dakota Kai goes for a hurricanrana, but Dana Brooke counters into a powerbomb for a 2 count. Dakota Kai holds Dana Brooke ankle to stop the tag and tags in Sky, Sky in. Dana Brooke charges over Sky and tags Tamina. And Tamina bounced Sky off the turnbuckles and clotheslines her down. Tamina knocks Dakota Kai to the floor before going to Sky and basically showing her in the corner. Sky reverses a whip and rocks her with a kick. Tamina shows her up, but Sky uppercuts her. Tamina drop kicks her and hits a Samoa drop. Dakota Kai breaks up the pin. Dana Brooke runs in, but Dakota Kai sends her, but out of the ring. But Dana Brooke pulls Kai out of the ring and sends her to a barricade. Dana Brooke goes for a handspring back elbow, but she hits the barricade hard when Bailey pulls Dakota Kai out of the ring. In the ring, Tamina is on the top rope. Sky climbs and punches away at her. Dakota Kai runs up, but Tamina knocks her away. Tamina knocks Sky Superfly splash. Sky puts her knees up, but Tamina lands on her feet to counter. Dakota Kai blind tags and hits Tamina with a scorpion kick. Dakota Kai hits running big boot in the corner. Sky tags in and hits her moonsault for the win. The winner of the match, Dakota Kai and Sky. That match was terrible. Dakota Kai and Sky will face the winner of Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Nikki ASH and Doudrop in the semifinals. The United States Championship, Bobby Lashley is warming up backstage. Commercial break replays are showing of Kevin Owens annihilating Ezekiel with an apron powerbomb early tonight. Kevin Patrick runs up to Kevin Owens, who is leaving the arena. Kevin Owens says if Patrick even runs up on him again, he'll do what he did to Ezekiel. Kevin Owens did that because he realized who he is. Ezekiel doesn't know who he is. It took him a while to find himself. There are more than ever on the show, and he figured it would be a good time to remind everyone that this is still the Kevin Owens show. Strangely, there is a car wreck with people surrounding it in the background of the shot. All right, that was a botch. That was a botch backstage when the car accident. That was just a botch. All right, replay are showing of Dominic Mysterio getting dumped broken on the stage by Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio, with his face bruised and cut up, is in the trainer's room with his father, Rey Mysterio, by his side. A video packages the history of the United States champion. Ciampa makes his way to the ring alongside The Miz. Ciampa is wearing a Harley Race blue and red robe with race and blazing it on the back. He battled United States champion Bobby Lashley for the title next. Commercial break. United States Championship. Championship. Ciampa accompanied by The Miz versus Bobby Lashley. Now I must say, this match was way better than this match was way better than Bobby Lashley versus Theory at Money in the Bank. This match right here was way better than the match that Bobby Lashley had against Theory at Money in the Bank. This match was way better. The bell rings and Ciampa immediately starts punching away at him. Lashley whips him off, but Ciampa drops down. Ciampa charges into Lashley, but he goes down. Lashley lifts Ciampa up for a delayed vertical suplex. Lashley bounces Ciampa in the corner and starts the 10 punches. 10 punches. Ciampa clipped the leg to get out, but Lashley powers him back in the corner. Lashley elbows away at him in the corner. Lashley hits the ropes and catches Ciampa. Attempt a leaping frog. Leapfrog. Lashley power him into a power slam position. But Ciampa slides off. Ciampa chops blocks the knee and starts chopping him. Lashley shakes them off and viciously takes Ciampa down. Lashley sets up for a spear, but Ciampa quickly rolls out of the ring to recover. The Miz gives Ciampa a pep talk. The Miz gets on the apron to distract Lashley, but it doesn't work. Lashley knocks Ciampa to the floor and puts him on his shoulders. The Miz stands in Lashley's way, so Lashley throws Ciampa into him. Commercial break. We come back from the break to see Ciampa messing around with the top turnbuckle pad. Ciampa turns and punches Lashley down before hitting a Harley Race falling headbutt. Ciampa covers for a 2 count. During the break, Ciampa knees Lashley in the face. Ciampa applies a chin lock, but Lashley fights up. Ciampa hits the ropes, but Lashley's shoulder blocks him and hits a clothesline. Lashley shoulders Ciampa in the corner and hits some corner clotheslines. Lashley hits a running shoulder before sending him in the opposite corner. Lashley kicks him and hits an over the shoulder slam for a near fall. Lashley goes for a military press power slam, but Ciampa counters into a reverse DDT for a 2 count. Then trade punches before Ciampa DDTs him for a near fall. The Miz shouts encouragement from ringside. Ciampa applies a front face lock and sets up for the fairy tale ending. Lashley fights out of it and hits a spear. Lashley covers, but Miz puts Ciampa's foot on the bottom rope. AJ Styles runs in and forearms Miz before casting him through the crowd, chasing him through the crowd. In the ring, Ciampa catches Lashley with an inside cradle for a near fall. Ciampa rips the top turnbuckle pad from off. Lashley hits the flatline and sets up for the end. The Miz runs in, but Styles chase after him. Lashley goes for a hurt lock, but Ciampa counters out and bounces him off the exposed turnbuckle. Lashley sends him shoulder first into the ring post and viciously knees him in the head. Ciampa covers, but Lashley just barely kicks out. Ciampa goes for the fairy tale ending, but Lashley counters into a hurt lock attempt. Ciampa fights out of it and applies a crossface. Lashley rolls out and powers himself up while holding Ciampa. Ciampa gets out and pulls Lashley out of the ring. Lashley goes to get in the ring, but Ciampa spikes him with the Willow's Bell. Ciampa covers, but Lashley again just barely kicks out. Ciampa is infuriated. Ciampa backs up to the corner and puts his knee pad down. Lashley blocks a running knee and hits a spine buster. Lashley applies a hurt lock. Ciampa fights it, but he still has no choice but to tap out. The winner by submission is still your United States Championship, Bobby Lashley. Like I mentioned earlier, this match itself was way better than Bobby Lashley versus Theory at Money in the Bank, and that's facts. All right, let's move on. Omos is walking backstage with MVP. He'll be in action next. Commercial break. Footage is showing of AJ Styles and the Miz brawling backstage. AJ Styles will battle the Miz tonight in a no disqualification match. So we get a 2-on-1 handicap match. Andrea Guerrero and Spencer Slade versus Omos. This handicap match was so freaking god awful. God awful handicap match. The bell rings and the two-man charge Omos, but Omos easily shakes them off and shoulder blocks one of them down. Omos pulls the other one into the ring the hard way. Slade jumps on Omos' back, but Omos slams him into the corner and sandwiches him. Gurico leaps at Omos, but Omos press slams him down. Omos throws Gurico across the ring before avalanching both in the corner. Omos hits Gurico with snake eyes before big booty and Slade. Omos crushes Gurico with a tree slam and pins him with one foot on his chest. The winner of the match, Omos. MVP celebrates with the Nigerian giant in the ring. They look down at the carnage before leaving. The competitors talk about WrestleMania 39 tickets are going on sale this Friday. We have an exclusive interview with Riddle next week on Raw. Kevin Patrick is backstage with Seth freaking Rollins. Patrick congratulates him on his big victory tonight. Seth Rollins is asked about what he thinks Riddle will say next week. Riddle is not happy that he was called over to be asked about Riddle. Seth Rollins told the world that he was done with Riddle. Is Riddle going to have an earth-shattering announcement? No, it's Riddle. Seth Rollins makes fun of Riddle's voice and crackles. Seth Rollins says he is the gatekeeper of this industry. Anyone or anything that's anything good has to go through him. As great as Riddle could be in the ring, he even better at flushing his own potential down the toilet. Don't believe me? Don't believe him? Ask Dana White if Riddle has even two working cells in the brain of his. He'll come back for his exclusive interview that he's hanging up his flip-flops and retiring for good. If he doesn't do that, Sir Boss will have to Cody Rhodes his out the door. If Riddle has something to say next week, then so he's done. Okay, Alpha Academy makes their entrance. Chad Gable will battle Dolph Ziggler. Chad Gable accompanied by Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. This match was boring. The bell rings and they circle the ring. Gable goes for the single leg, but Ziggler fights it. They wrestle around the mat. The commentators talk about Ziggler's wrestling pedigree at Kent State University, as well as Chad Gable Olympic wrestling journey. They get to their feet. Ziggler goes for a single leg, but Gable fights out. Ziggler pins his shoulder for a 1 count. Gable takes Ziggler down, but Ziggler cradles him for a 1 count. Gable powers him up for a 2 count, but Ziggler gets out. They continue to wrestle and fights up for a bridge. Ziggler goes for a backslide, but Gable fights out. Gable rolls him down and hits German suplex before shushing the crowd. Gable stomps Ziggler down in the corner. Gable hits a dragon screw and some leg breakers. Gable slams the knee into the mat, but clubs him in the corner. Gable hits a monkey flip that so powerful it lands Ziggler on his face. Gable picks up a 2 count. Gable climbs to the top rope and shoots the crowd again. Gable goes for a moonsault, but he lands on his feet. When Ziggler, when they when it says when Ziggler moves, Ziggler hits him with a spike DT for near fall. That's what I was trying to say. Gable blocks a super kick and takes him down for an ankle lock. Ziggler screams in pain, but he punches at Gable's knee and gets out. Gable falls down, but he keeps the ankle lock applied. Ziggler rolls through and kicks Gable in the knee. Gable gets out of a famouser and puts the ankle lock back on. Ziggler rolls to his back and kicks Gable away. Gable comes right back with a power bomb for a near fall. Gable goes right back in the ankle lock and cranks down on Ziggler. Ziggler fights it, so Gable rolls him up for a 2 count. Gable goes for an Olympic slam, but Ziggler slides out of it. Ziggler stuns him with a super kick for the win. The winner of the match, Dolph Ziggler. This match was boring. Ziggler holds his ankle in pain before rolling out of the ring before blindsiding him. The referee held Ziggler to his feet. Ziggler is limping around. All right, next week on Raw, Alexa Bliss and Asuka will battle Nikki ASH and Doudrop for the first round match of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament. Nikki ASH and Doudrop are backstage. Nikki says their victory Nikki ASH and Doudrop are backstage. Nikki says their victory next week will pull them one step closer to the championships, which is all cap. I don't want to see Nikki ASH and Doudrop win those championships. Like I already said, it's either Dakota Kai and Io Sky is going to win is going to win throughout the entire tournament. Look what happened when the King of the Ring, Xavier Woods, won the King of the Ring by himself. But anyway, let's continue. I just have to put that out there. Doudrop says they will crush their dreams. Alexa Bliss and Asuka are showing elsewhere backstage. No one will crush their dreams. Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai show up and warn them that they'll face them if they win. Police officers run by them, but we don't see what they're running towards. That could be the connected to the car accident we saw in the background of Kevin Owens' interview earlier. That was a botch right there. That was a botch. But anyway, AJ Styles walks by Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. He battled The Miz in a no disqualification match next. So we get a commercial break. Then we get a no disqualification match. AJ Styles versus The Miz. Why this match was in the main event? I don't get it. But anyway, this match, I'm gonna say this match was so this match was decent. Decent match. The bell rings and they started brawling. They quickly out of the ring. Styles bounced Miz off the commentator table. Styles clears the top of the table and swipes the monitors and papers off. The Miz quickly dives Styles into the apron and sends him over the ring. Over the ring steps. A tiny balls chant picks up. Who still writes that? But anyway, Miz goes under the ring for a weapon, but Styles kicks him in the face from the apron. Styles puts him in the ring and grabs a candlestick. Styles then throws it down and grabs a steel chair. Styles looks at it, but he's not satisfied with it. Styles then starts to bring out a table, and Miz baseball slides him and puts the table back under the ring. Miz gets Styles in the ring and brings in the chairs and candlesticks. Miz drives the candlestick into AJ Styles' midsection and smacks his back with it. Miz sets up the chair and sits down. Miz talks trash, but Styles fights back and hits a running forearm that knocks Miz out of the chair. Styles clotheslines the Miz out of the ring and puts him on the commentary table. Styles sets up for a Styles clash on the table, but Miz gets out and hits a throat thirst. Miz then throws Styles off the table onto the barricade. Styles just barely grazed the barricade before flying it over onto the concrete by the fans. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the final break of the evening to see Styles go under the ring and bring out a table to a big reaction. Styles sets up the table at ringside. Styles goes to get Miz, but Miz crushes his ribs with a candlestick shot. Miz gets him in the ring and annihilates him with the candlestick shots. Miz chokes him with the candlestick, but Styles fights up and hits a Paley kick. Um, After taking a few moments to recover, Styles grabs the candlestick. Miz looks terrified. Styles beats Miz down with the candlestick before hitting him in the crotch with it. Styles used the candlestick to hit a leg sweep for a near fall. Styles reaches a chair in the corner. Miz attacks Styles and goes for a skull crushing finale, but Styles counters into a roll up for a near fall. Styles goes to the apron and hits a phenomenal forearm. Styles covers, but Ciampa puts the referee out of the ring before the 3 count. Ciampa argues with the referee, but this is legal. Styles attacks Ciampa and puts him in the ring. Styles sets up for a Styles clash on Ciampa, but then looks over at the table. Styles puts Ciampa on the apron. Ciampa shoulders Styles and goes to suplex him out of the ring and through the table at ringside. Styles fights it and punches him. Ciampa is hanging loopy on the apron. Styles then forearms him in the face, and Ciampa falls through the table. Miz quickly rolls Styles up for a 2 count. Styles knocks the Miz back and goes for another phenomenal forearm, but Miz throws a chair at him. Miz hits the skull crusher finale for a near fall. Miz cannot believe it. Miz angrily grabs the candlestick and smashes it on Styles' leg. Styles sets up for a figure 4 leg lock, but Styles kicks him into the chair wedges in the corner. Styles connects with the Styles Clash for the win. The winner of the match, AJ Styles. That was a decent main event. Styles celebrates in the ring. Styles then looks around and sees a commotion at ringside. Police have a man pinned to the ground, which is Dexter Lumis that we saw. Me and Showstopper TV caught that just in time. That it was Dexter Lumis. But anyway, then they pull him up and it appears to be Dexter Lumis in handcuffs. They drag him off commentary, barely acknowledges it. Styles looks shocked, but then pretends he didn't see it and keeps going on with the show. And it says next week on Raw, Nikki ASH and Doudrop will battle Alexa Bliss and Asuka in the first round match in the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament. Riddle will also return for an exclusive interview. And then Monday Night Raw goes off the air. But like I said it earlier, Monday Night Raw was a 6.5 out of 10. But three matches were boring. That's it. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Raw review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on Monday Night Raw. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. But this Thursday, I will go live on Twitch this Thursday for some WWE 2K22 Universe Mode Episode 10 Survivor Series pay-per-view. So that's all I got to say from there. But anyway, this your boy, Big Boy FactsjonnyTV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings. It's too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.